Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be a tag video. I was tagged by Dani over at Dani is her channel, and she is a fellow YouTube panner, no, project panner, and she does makeup and beauty and that kind of video, but she also likes to read, and she tagged me on this why I am a reader tag, and it's 8 questions that just kind of talk about our reading background and things like that. So thank you, Dani, for tagging me. And let me just say, Dani is a very intellectual reader. I feel dumb compared to her based on what I read, because she reads all these like real, mature, intellectual, educational books, and I just read young adult fiction. I'm just gonna get started with the questions. Question number 1, choose one word that describes being a reader. And I think the one word I would use is diverse. There are so many different genres, there are so many types of books, so many stories, that I think it opens up your mind to different issues, different topics, different ideas, that you just read so many different ones, that you take what you like out of each one and keep it, and then if you don't like certain things, then you just discard them. But I think it teaches you to, being a reader helps you be more tolerant, I think, about certain issues, certain topics, certain ideas. Some people, I would say it makes us more open-minded, because we go through this journey with these people, or these we explore these ideas, and then at the end of the book you decide whether you take it or you leave it, but at least you've been exposed to those topics and ideas. So I think diverse would be one word to describe a reader. Number 2, what is the very first book you fell in love with? And I can't help but smile, because I even took it down to show you guys. It is Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. And this book is very special to me for many different reasons. My family and we came over to the United States when I was in 6th grade, and the summer after 6th grade I was sent, the middle school that I was going to sent me to summer school to kind of catch me up on my English before 7th grade. And I picked up the English pretty well in 6th grade, but that summer our teacher gave us 4 books, and this was one of them. And what she would do is she would play the audiobook, and we would read along with the book. That way we could see how the word was written, and then we could hear how it was pronounced. And I think that's what helped me not only pick up the language a lot faster, but it added to the love of reading. She picked really good books, but the one that I remember that I just loved completely was this one. I don't know if it's because I'm an animal lover, and this is about a young boy who is very, very poor, and he works really hard to save up his money, and then he buys 2 hound dogs, and he trains them to be hunting dogs, and then he enters them into different competitions, and he starts winning, and then he goes to this big competition, and then something happens. It's really sad. It has kind of a sad ending. If I remember correctly, it starts with the boy as an older man, and then he tells you the story as he remembers it. But anyway, I remember reading ahead with this book, and I don't know if it's because it's the first book that I understood completely 100%. The other books, I kind of got the gist of the story, but I guess because of that language barrier, and I didn't feel that with this one. I understood it completely, I fell in love with it, and I remember being in the living room when I was younger, and with a blanket over myself, crying towards the end of this book. It's just very, very vivid. I wish I could find a first edition hardback of this book. This was written in 1961. So this is a very, very old book, and I just love it. If you're an animal lover, dog lover in particular, I recommend this book. This is just, I love it. Hardcover or paperback? Paperback. I do own hardcovers, Um, but paperback is the preferred method. If I start a series with a hardcover, then I have to get the rest in hardcover. That's just because I'm weird. But if I start them with paperbacks and then I catch up, then it's okay for me to get like the later books in hardcover. But preferably paperback. The floppier the better. There are some paperbacks that are really like tight, and when you try to open them, it cracks the spine. I hate that. But the floppier the better, because when you open them, the spine just kind of like bends, but it doesn't really crack. So paperback all the way. Number 4, how has reading shaped your identity? I don't know, I guess it just made me more open-minded. Is that what it's asking, the question? I used to kind of be embarrassed because of how much I read, but as I grew older and I embraced reading and I found like all these other people that like to read, and then I discovered BookTube. I don't know, I guess I've learned to embrace how much I like to read and how dorky I can be because I can be pretty dorky. And I don't know, I guess that's it. I don't know how to answer this question. Let's just move on. Number 5, what book do you read when you need to be comforted? I don't go to a specific book, I go to a genre, and that would have to be contemporary, because if I'm feeling down and I need to be comforted, I need a happy ending at the end of a book. I can't go to a book where, it's gonna have me crying and it's gonna have me scared and stressed. I need to just go something that's really light and fluffy, and that it's gonna have a happy ending at the end of it. That way I can feel better, once I'm done reading that. Number 6, who taught you to be a reader? I would have to say that teacher that I was telling you guys back from that summer school, because she loved to read and she picked good books too. And we would, after finishing one, we would discuss it, and then the next day start another book. I wish that I had kept all the books, because I don't know why. I guess she liked me, or I don't know, she kind of took me under her wing. I don't know why, but she would give me like extra reading books to read, while other people were like, we were reading in class, and she would be like, oh, I have this book, I think you would like it. And I would, and she just, I don't know why, she just pushed me to read, and maybe because I was embracing the books, I think the rest of the class was like, oh, here we go, reading. Because when you're in school, reading's not really fun, but I really enjoyed it. And I don't know if that's why she kind of like saw that I was really engrossed and I was really improving academically because of it. I don't know, but I'd have to give her credit. So yeah, that would have to be her. Miss Casas, I remember. Number 7, describe your dream reading lounge. This is a very hard question to answer, because I can just, go to Pinterest and like different libraries, picture libraries, and some of them are like by the ocean, some you can't really see what's outside, some as long as it's like cozy, for sure, it'll have to be like walls of books, just filled with books, a really nice comfy couch, because I like to read on the couch. Usually I'll read like kind of like reclined, not really on my back, because then I get tired, and then it's hard to like flip the pages, or I'll read sitting down with my legs crossed. If I'm in bed, that's how I do it, with my sitting down with my legs crossed. I don't like reading on my stomach, because it kind of hurts my back afterwards. But yes, maybe with a fireplace, though maybe that could be a little bit dangerous because there's so much paper around. I don't know, I probably have to create a Pinterest board just filled with different ideas. It'll be hard to come up with like one like picture, or it would take me a long time. I can't just describe it to you guys like that. And then the last one, number 8, what book changed the way you act or see the world? This is another one, guys. I just spent like a good 10 minutes looking over my bookshelves, but I don't think I have one. Again, I think I read so many different genres and types of books. Lately I've started to read a little bit more of nonfiction, but most of it has been what do you call it, fiction, and I just don't think that I have one that really like hit home and was like, oh my god, there wasn't like a big revelation of anything. Is that bad? I don't know, now I kind of feel bad. Like I said from one of the other questions, I take what I think is good and what's gonna help me be better from each book that I read. When whatever I don't agree with or don't understand, I just push it aside and just keep the good, whatever I think is good. That's it. Those are all the questions that are on this tag. If you guys like to read, I encourage you for you guys to do this tag and then let me know in the comments so I can go read it. I know that Lorraine from Elena's Makeup, she's also a reader, or at least she likes to read, because I know she did a finished 5 by Bonfire Night last year. She was on that one. And then Julie, she has her own booktube channel, so I will leave her link down below if you guys, I'm sure you guys know who she is. It's Pages and Pens, that is her booktube channel. And anybody else that likes to read, let me know. I would be interested to know how you guys got into reading, and I will see you guys on Friday with a Project Pan update for my Justice League Project Pan. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys didn't find this too boring, and I will see you on my next video.